Hey everyone, we're excited to start our brand new garage conversion project here in the heart of Land Park. All garage conversions have unique problems, and this one has a ton of structural issues. So we're gonna actually have to raise parts of the existing footings using helical piles in order to get it to be level. Right now, it's actually significantly tilted in some areas. You can feel it as you walk in. So we're gonna be raising that up, and you can also see there's issues with the existing framing. There's quite a bit of sagging, so we're gonna have to be doing a ton of reinforcing. One of the downsides to doing a foundation repair is what you can see behind me. The foundation repair company that put in the helical piles ended up drilling one of those piles right through the sewer line. And this sewer line actually fed from the main house to this old, I guess you'd call it a pool house, right? That we're converting to an ADU. You can see behind me, we've got this new ABS line that they put in. They stubbed up just a little line to let us know, hey, this is where we found it. But they replaced pretty much all of the old sewer line from about where I'm standing to on the other side of this exterior wall, because they ran through it right there on that exterior wall where they're putting that helical pile. So very, sometimes you can get close and you can figure out exactly where that sewer is by running a camera through it or GPS, but a lot of it is really just dumb luck. They ended up hitting that line on accident. They replaced it at their own cost. The homeowner had their sewer running back the next day. So one thing to look out for if you're doing foundation repair is you might end up hitting something important like a sewer line or utility. So for this project, one of the challenges is the existing framing of the old garage structure. The building department, when we went in for plans, wanted us to actually update all of the existing framing to today's code. So obviously the old 2x4s weren't gonna work. They structurally couldn't span that far. So we had to do a new ridge beam, an LVL, in the middle underneath where there was no ridge beam before. And then we had to put shoring up, and we had to now attach these 2x6s onto each 2x4 rafter. So as we're putting these new 2x6s on, we're gonna be taking down the shoring progressively as we go. Originally, when we sat down with the client, we discussed a ducted system versus ductless system on the HVAC. And a ductless system is usually a little more efficient because you don't lose that flow capacity over the years from your ducts, right? Your ducts get dirty or they old. So that's a problem that you have in a ducted system. So with Title 24, our green energy code, you're gonna wanna do ductless over a ducted system as far as getting those points needed. So on this one though, as we installed the ductless system, the homeowner did not like the wall-mounted cassette. The homeowner wanted to do a high raised pitch ceiling, and so there really wasn't much room for a ceiling mount cassette. You need about 2 or 3 feet of drop in order to get that cassette up there. So we ended up having to rerun Title 24, and we actually ripped out a lot of the old ductless system, and we installed the new ducted system. So you can see it's a little more complicated, but we were able to get that roof up higher, that ceiling up higher, for the client, and Title 24 was revised, and there was just a couple of small changes that we were able to make before the drywall went up. So really important that we discuss that up front, but sometimes you install something and you may not like it in person, so you have to redo some stuff. So that was the case on this, and I hope you enjoyed this video.